What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Don't mind the sun, it's going to be moving. Right now, as I'm speaking, I'm driving near where Apple's going to build their whole place. And so I was going to do a video. It's going to be nice and drive around with the camera. But I checked those lovely emails and those comments, and I said, you know what? I'm going to have to bless them. I'm going to have to bless them with the Erica commentary because we keep seeming to have attitude adjustments needed. So here's my take on what I want to say today. Instead of talking about Apple and me driving past this area where it's going to be built, which actually is this way, I'm going to talk about $1,000 attitude adjustment. So the other day I was doing my shows, I was doing lives, and I had told people, if you can find this video, I'll pay you $20. So somebody came through and I had to Cash App them, right? I'm not big on Cash App, but I use it, right? I use Venmo, I use them all, PayPal, you name it. Well, I go in the Cash App, I had $1,000. Well, actually, I had more than $1,000, but for the sake of the story, I had $1,000 sitting there. And because it's on lock, it didn't just deposit in my bank. And I'm like, what the hell? Who sent me $1,000? So I go and look it up. And it's just different deals I've been making and affiliate marketing and sale. It's just different side things I've been doing. Mostly affiliate marketing, though, where people sent me money. I was like, you know what? You sent this 6 days ago and I didn't even know about it. And there was a time where someone sending me $1,000. I needed my money, JG Wentworth, right now. But that was just a moment in time that was so funny to me last night that they had sent me $1,000. I didn't even know about it. It's been sitting there almost a whole week. And they probably thought, how rude of her. She didn't say thank you or anything. So, of course, I reached out to them and said, hey, thank you for sending the money. I appreciate that. And the other people who sent me some money via Cash App, which is unique because most people send things via PayPal. But I think everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of saying blank PayPal right now. So people are using different ways to pay. Now, the funny thing about that, when I did that video, I did not expect all y'all to be commenting on that video because I said, $1,000, how many people can use $1,000? And a ton of people responded yes. I think maybe like 67 people said yes. And that's the funny part. Most people are looking online, how can I make an extra $1,000 a month? So when people sit here and say, oh, $1,000 ain't nothing, Erica, I got real bills, look at these bills. And they even have a meme of a girl showing how much her bills are a month. And that's why she don't want you to send what are you doing text. First of all, you shouldn't send what are you doing text because they're lame and they're whack. And only lame, dusty dudes who have no conversation, not much knowledge depth, send those kind of texts. Most people know those are whack. So only whack people are sending them. So 2, it's almost like sending a text saying entertain me. Entertain me. What are you doing? No, honey, I don't need to entertain you. Come on, have some real conversation. Pick up the phone. And the reason I named this video $1,000 attitude adjustment, and this is a beautiful view right here. I can imagine how big this campus is going to be and how much Texas is going to force them to keep these trees off to my left. But essentially, my whole point of doing this video is this recession is going to bring some attitude adjustments. And I welcome it. I relish it. I'm excited for the ideal that some people are about to get the lifetime checkup they needed from the neck up. That pride is going to check them. It really is. And so here's some things I wanted to bring up in my commentary. I'm driving safe. Don't worry about me. Some of the comments, here we go. Number 1, I shared a video today of a woman who made $1 million during Black Friday. Can I tell you, people have the nerve. People have the unmitigated gall to tell this woman who made $1 million on Black Friday how to spend her money, where to spend her money, what charity she should donate to, what she should be doing with her money. And she literally had to go Louisiana style on them. And I busted out laughing. She said, do not tell me what to do with my money. Don't tell me how to invest it. Don't tell me what charity. Don't call me and say your friend done lost her job. Can I donate? That's your friend. And that's what we about to get. We about to get the attitude check of a lifetime. And here's what the truth is. She's a black person, and other black people just thought, well, she should give it because she got it. And I know that's what it is. Now, don't get it twisted. There's white people like that too. I'm just saying for the sake of the argument, I know that's what they were doing. This woman is texting and fucking driving. She better stop. I'm recording a video, but she like going across the lanes, y'all. It's different. All right. So people are assuming you got it, you should give it, what's up? And that's not how life works. Anywhere, man, anywhere. You're not entitled to anybody's money. And see, what you're seeing right now is a generation of people, and let's get it clear, millennials are 24 years old to 38 years old. So it's a big swatch of people. So the other half of those people, they in a house, they got kids, they sitting down. The other half, they'll figure it out. But a lot of people are upset because their parents aren't giving them money, aren't paying for their college, aren't paying for their cars, aren't giving them, spring break vacations. And that's the thing. They think they're entitled to somebody else's money and tell somebody what they would do if they had that money. No one can tell that woman what to do with her money unless they've made $1 million. Period. Let me say that again. You cannot tell somebody what to do if you have not done it. The number one thing that used to irritate me when I had my coffee shop is all these older black people coming in there telling me what I should do with my coffee shop. Do you own a coffee shop? No. Then hush. There's a difference between customer appreciation or customer suggestions and people trying to tell you how to run your business. That is number one thing that pisses you off. Same thing when it comes to parents. Now, I'm going to be careful. A lot of parents say, how are these people trying to tell me how to raise my kids? They don't have kids. There is some merit to that. There's a little bit of where y'all acting a fool with the kids, and people can say, hey, anybody can say you acting a fool with the kids. That's, you don't need parenting skills for that. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, you have people really stepping out here like, well, these NFL players need to do this. Let's keep it 100. The NFL actually brings in former players who went broke to talk to the kids. They actually bring on multiple financial advisors to come talk to the kids. But again, you have people who are 19 to 23 years old, and I'm going to say this, and you can take it and be mad with me. You got people who mom and dad, all they've ever taught them is you get in this NFL and we're straight. Not realizing the average person is going to be there 2 to 3 years max. 2 to 3 years max. And then what you going to do with the rest of it? But, you got all these people saying, well, I would do this if I had that money. I'd do this. Well, shit, you done lived to 40, and what you doing with the money you got now? You ain't got no house. You ain't got no cars paid off. What you doing now? You ain't got no savings. You can't tell somebody in the NFL what they gonna do with that money, right? So I just always want to make sure, that we're on the same page here. I love doing this show. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like I noticed the attitude adjustments coming. Like, I haven't even been talking about credit repair, and people have been buying it like crazy. I've been on phone every day, 10, 15 calls, 20. Okay, I did 20 calls one day this week, but not every day. And a lot of times people, the attitude's all brand new now. It's brand new. Hey, 2 of my friends lost their job, and I said, you know what I need to do? Get my credit repair. And then I have other people. Me and my wife want to buy a house, but our credit jacked up. Me and my wife want to do this. Me and my wife want to do that. So many people are calling me and my wife want to do this, but we realize the numbers don't work. And so I don't have to adjust you. I don't have to tell you anything. You know what you need to do, right? Like, these videos are just educational and informal. I love bringing on different people to bring you great advice, how you should invest. But let's get it 100. Your attitude adjustment should start with credit first. Making more money, 1, and 2, then credit. I went to the bank, and I'm not doing this to brag or boast. I went and got a $10,000 check for the IRS. Now I was getting ready to take a picture and stunt on the gram. And I said, don't do it. Don't you do it, Erica. Don't you be that person stunting for the gram. And I said, that's right. Put it back. Take this, delete this picture, send it to your friends, and pat yourself on the back and keep moving. Because what people have done now is, it's like this show me culture. And me showing you that check does nothing for you. It really doesn't. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help you make an extra money this month. It doesn't help you. There's several reasons I could say, but it doesn't help you do anything. Me showing that check, honestly, is for me to rub it in your face. And people gonna say, no, Erica, people want to see those things. No, they don't. People don't want to see no check I'm sending to the IRS. That's whack. And I watched Alex Becker the other day, and he was saying why he quit YouTube and Instagram for a little bit. Like, you see Alex Becker commercials every daggone where, but in general, he's kind of quit YouTube. And people are like, why did he quit? Because he's running a freaking $1 million company. Like, it's not even a joke. It's a software company. And what people don't understand is, I'm horribly at this point. Very horrible. Very horrible. I'm parking horribly, and they're going to make fun of me on the inside, but that's all good. Anyway, hold on. It's a little bit better, but not much. Anyway, I'm going back up on a little bit of a hill. Anyway, so And see, the problem is what people don't realize is people go, well, won't you do these ads? Won't you do this big launch? Won't you do this? I don't need a bunch of ads and I don't need a bunch of launch. I've been doing consistent work for several years. And what that does when you do consistent work for several years, people are like, oh, she's still doing that? Let me send her my money. Shit, I need to get my credit repaired. Like, I don't even have to, like, when I get on the calls with some of y'all, I think y'all watch my video, they'll be like, she about to cuss me out. And I'm not. They get on the phone like, look, Erica, we already know. We just bought a new Lexus. Okay, we bought a brand new Lexus. We don't want to hear it. Okay, and we need to get her credit repaired. And I just laugh because I'm like, I'm not clowning you. I'm not clowning you. You want to go get the Lexus, baby, get the Lexus. I'm getting the Tacoma for the birthday. So do what you're going to do. But keep in mind, this economy will attitude check you. It will give you an adjustment of a lifetime. Losing a job will give you adjustment of a lifetime. I was, O'Shea channel was talking about something ridiculous. And it basically, I usually don't come on there with too much commentary. I just repeat what is said that's funny and I say, ha ha. So somebody already commented on there. Somebody was like, you want to go in half with your wife on bills. You got 2 co-captains that don't work. I laughed and I put, haha, I just repeated it and laughed. Somebody's like, Erica, you don't understand. It takes 2 incomes to make it. Listen, I didn't say anything. I just repeated what the man said. We ever hear the saying, a hit dog will holler? That's what's happening right now. What's happening in our society on YouTube and on the internet, all these places, is hit dogs are hollering all over the United States. Hit dogs are crying they ain't never married nobody, they ain't never lived with somebody, they ain't never doing this, they ain't never doing that again. And it's like, you are having an adult tantrum on the internet where people can see. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Right? And so yesterday when I was naming off what I love about y'all naming cities, like I'm parked, I'm not driving. Right now, as I look at the cities, when I said, where can you buy $60,000 homes? And every city y'all was listed, I could name 4, 5, 6 cities surrounding you. And why is that? Because I've spent years pushing, educating myself, trying to go find an opportunity. And I'm on the phone with you guys day in and day out. So many of y'all are on the phone. And guess what happened? You know, I talk about people leaving California, leaving New York, leaving Las Vegas, leaving all these places. But also what's happening is some people are going back, but differently, right? Somebody leaves, North Carolina, and then they go back and now they're investing in other areas because they went to Atlanta. You know, I'm not naming any particular comment. They went to Atlanta and realized, okay, Atlanta's fun, but I could take this money and ball out back in my hometown or the town next to my hometown or invest in multiple houses in my hometown. And I'm telling you, here in Texas, that is what people are doing. You'll meet people all the time from Arkansas who literally look you in the face and go, we've already bought a retirement home in Arkansas and we're buying 3 or 4 rentals so we can go back. Like, they're only here for a little time. They're not here to stay in Texas forever. So that's why when people sit here and talk about Texas, I'm like, people come here to make their money. And if they don't make their money or they don't get married, they bounce. Period. Like, people are really bigging up Texas. And I'm like, when you get out here, you'll see, even with this Apple thing that's going to be right down the street over here, these people, even a lot of California people, they don't necessarily go back to California, but they go, oh, I'm going to Las Vegas so I can be closer to family. Or I'm going to Arizona so I can be closer to family. I've seen people literally go, come here to Texas. And I was like, the first year I was here. And then that guy moved to Colorado and then goes, you know what? I'm going to move back to Arizona, y'all, just to be closer to family. So he did all this moving. And in the end, what did he determine? Yes, it grew him as a person. Yes, he got a wife and a kid. When he left Austin, he literally moved to Denver, married a girl in like a year. And I got a baby. But what people don't understand is a lot of the self-discovery that people are getting out here as they move is important, because there's so many questions you guys have to keep asking yourself. Who am I? Why am I doing this? What is my why? Because a lot of you are like, Erica, I just want to retire. I want to retire. And I go, you never really stop working, right? You just do different work. Like, as I see my mom and other military people, they go find other activities to do. That's all they do, right? And at this point, as you get older, hopefully you're finding activities that are enjoyable for you to do and bring you some dollars in your back pocket. You dig? So I just want to clarify some of those things. I wrote some things down. But again, I made a joke about the purge coming. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the summer stuff I put on Instagram. I put on a lot of silly stuff on there. But when I talk about the purge coming, there's a purge coming. It's coming to YouTube too. It's coming to Instagram. It's coming to YouTube. You just saw Tumblr get rid of all these people, half naked people, pictures. And what's happening behind the scenes, which you guys wouldn't know this, maybe some of you would, depending on who you are, what you do. Oh man, thank you, Corey Tucker, for the $2 super chat. What's happening is Stripe, PayPal, you name the company, they're all of a sudden get real tight. Now, what I mean by real tight, I mean the tax man cometh. The tax man cometh. It. Like, they've been making the jokes about all these girls taking pictures and getting money sent to them. And like, some women are like, I'm locked out of my PayPal. You can't send me money with PayPal. Oh, I'm locked out of this one too. You can't send money that way too. And what's happening is these companies ain't playing. IRS man is not playing. Yes, online businesses, income, all this stuff has been fast moving. But wherever your third party platform person is, they're tracking, baby. They're tracking. I have not once, twice, but 4 times this year had to fill out W-9 forms. Like, literally, on multiple platforms, multiple sites, they literally are holding thousands and thousands of my money saying, hey, it's not us. It's the IRS said you better fill this piece of paper out so we can send you your thousands of dollars. Trust and believe, when they did that, I was like, oh no, they serious. So all these women, and even like, on the flip side, Stripe and some other companies are starting to say you can't do anything real estate based, you can't do any credit repair, you can't do a lot of things, but you have to read the fine print, which I'll go over a whole, I think for our credit repair people class, I'm gonna read the fine print and go over it and tell y'all how to get around that. But that's the secret for the people in the class, on the business credit repair class, because what's happening is people out here doing weird stuff, shamming, scamming, and in order for these companies to get their money back, you know, they're having to crack down on everybody. So I think what people don't understand is there's a purge coming. Same thing with YouTube. Some of this commentary folks are having, I'm being really serious. I watch some people's videos and there are men in the comment section talking about they want to kill people out underneath it. It's scary. It's scary out here. Like, Glendon Cameron's touched on it some other people touched on it, but I can tell y'all right now, there's a lot of commentary that is going to be scratched off of YouTube. It's too violent. It's too violent. You can't say stuff like that. Period. You can't. Now the reason people are like, oh no, man, they're gonna argue that's free speech. It's not free speech. It's a private company. They can kick me off tomorrow. Okay. And guess what? Your girl will start again. There are several people who've had to start all the way over on their channels because they got put out by the YouTube. Okay. And trust me, I put a lot of work in this channel, but this is how I look at it. That's what email lists are for. That's what your own personal website's for. That's what the text notification list is for. Like I'll still reach out. They delete me, I have to just start over, right? So there's a lot of ways that, you know, things are moving and shaking. You have to be building legitimate businesses, period. Legitimate businesses that invest. And so that's why when I talk about all these different things I'm trying and tinkering with, I'm doing them for experiment purposes, for book purposes when I write books, and 2, so I can say, hey, I put $30,000 in Lending Club, and trust me, you know, I'm getting all my money back, but I probably will only invest in Fundrise and real estate backed type ones for a while. Like, I love Lending Club. I'll just keep recycling the money that's already in there, but I read people's applications, and a lot of them sometimes is like, we wanted to move, our house wasn't up to par, we have to fix our house. Right? So, I mean, you have just some of the simplest reasons why people are not, like, even getting what they want. Gotta back up some more. I didn't realize I was that far out, y'all. Oh, that's what it was. It was the shade. Anyway, but you have to realize, like, you have to read people's applications. You have to read why people are trying to get this money. So, let me get these shades off. Yeah, that's right. I had shades on shades. Don't you talk to Mac. Let me see. Yeah, definitely hit the like button, you guys. There's 100 of y'all in here. There's like 30 likes. Exactly. Each company has guidelines to follow. People need to follow those guidelines or build their own environments. Facts, 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 Henry. That's right, Mentor Shelley. Thank you. I think that's the Scorpio. You can't rely on any social media platform. A lot of folks gonna learn the hard way. They really are. Like, they act like this just happened. Sorry. They act like this just didn't happen on Facebook a few years ago. Like, there were several people who had 300,000 followers and 300,000 people in their Facebook business page. And then all of a sudden their Facebook page went away. All of a sudden their private Facebook groups went away. That's why when we're doing the private Facebook group now, I try to give y'all as much content. I want y'all partnering. I want y'all talking to each other in there. I want you getting study groups together, because just in case it goes haywire, I got a backup plan. but I just want to make sure it makes sense, right? That you're using it to your advantage. So, be about your business. So again, anytime you're building a platform in somebody else's backyard, you have to be careful. So, I mean, that's one of my biggest things. So what's my other thing on this list I had for y'all? Oh, student loans. So dang, it's 120 on here. Sorry about that. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. It's like 40 likes. So there were a ton of comments on when I've done interviews, I've done shows in the past couple of days where people saying, even been to bartender said it, these people they weren't even putting in their mind to pay back these student loans. It wasn't that they didn't have the money. They just determined they weren't going to do it. People are out here buying new phones, buying new cars, moving apartments. They're like, oh, I just don't have the money, Erica. This isn't like a thing you think you're never going to pay. And the reason I'm being so adamant about this right now is I have people are really thinking this student loan forgiveness is going to go through. They just had 33,000 people apply for student loan forgiveness and 6 people were approved. Let me say that again. They had 33,000 people apply for student loan forgiveness and 6 were approved. 6 people out of 33,000. Now, let me say this with a grain of salt, and if you don't like me or watch my channel more, I'm okay with that. When I talk to y'all and you got $20,000 in student loans and you've been having them for 10, 12, 13 years, let's do the math. If you just paid $150, what's $150, y'all, divided by 4? Somebody put it in the comments. I know what it is, but I just want to make sure y'all hear me. $150 divided by 4. Put that in the comments. If you paid $150 for the past every month, that's all you could afford, even if it was on deferment, because you can make payments while it's on deferment. In 10 years, you'd be paid off. Let me say it again. If you paid $150 every month for the past 10 years, 20 grand, 22 grand almost would be paid off. And somebody's going to get, oh, Erica, I've been paying the interest rates and stuff. Like, again, these higher interest rates are coming from where you keep deferring them and the interest rates have been going up. Most people's student loans with Sallie Mae and Navy and all that stuff has been like 1.7% for years. It's just now recently gone to 4 and 6 and 7 and 8%. Okay? So when people are saying, oh man, I'm paying like $300, $400, $500, I'm like, okay, you went to school for that. You have to do the math. This is a math problem, y'all. This is a math problem. And I love y'all dearly. I love doing this show. I love doing all this stuff. Like right now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We have one good employee left, and we have 132 different credit repair clients that just came in the past 2 months. So making sure all y'all get taken care of, make sure I'm talking to y'all on the phone, making sure y'all getting y'all business straight, making sure everybody's paid. Like, Todd Millie made a joke today on Twitter talking about when people want their money, they want their money now. That's facts, okay? Trust me, okay? So as I'm taking time on my schedule, making sure I'm giving you the best customer service possible, you got to help me help you, right? You got to help me help you, right? You got to be conscious of the one thing on your credit report, no matter what people are telling you out here that they're going to try to get off these student loans. I'm hearing, and I'm not going to quote anybody's name, people have been getting student loans taken off people's credit reports, and guess what's been happening? They've been snatching people's government checks. Those refund checks you get from taxman, they've been snatching them left and right. So somebody who came to me, oh, I went to this other person, I won't say their name, and they got all the student loans off my check, and I said, off my credit report, and I said, that's amazing. Because I know what they did, but tell me more. But I'm coming to you because they garnished my check at work. Oh, they did. Huh? Okay. Well, this is a federal loan. This isn't a state loan. This isn't North Carolina or South Carolina giving you a state grant loan. This isn't the school. This is a federal loan. Some of you took federal loans. You dig? So I'm just preparing you before we go into this new season. I just have heard more clients saying, hey, I went to this person and the student loan came off my report, but literally they garnished my check. And there's nothing I can really do for that. You're going to need an attorney. I'm going to call you back and be like, hey, we're just going to refund your money because you need an attorney right now, baby. There's nothing I can do for you. You need an attorney. So again, let's be prepared for 2019 by 1, making more money, 2, cleaning up our credit, and 3, being ready to launch. Some people are saying, Erica, they're going to start cutting people's credit limits off. And so what? So what? If you have 2 or 3 banks and you've actively using your money for your business like you're supposed to, wink, wink, you're investing like you're supposed to, then you should be fine. Right? So I mean, these are things where I'm just trying to be informative, and you make your decision. And clearly several of you have made a decision that's time for you to fix your credit. Like, you know what's going on in your life. You know how you want to go into 2019. I had this guy say, well, man, won't you do these high production videos and do this and do that? And I said, man, what I'm doing is working. What I'm doing is working. What I'm doing is reaching people. That's the key right there. So Steve Henry, Steve Henry, I think any moderators in here, so we can kind of get that going out of here now. Let me see if I can get it. Let me go on up here and hold on. We got a technical. We got to get that fixed. All right, and you're gone. Let's see. Thank you, Chorus Chucker, for the $2 super chat. Any of my moderators, make sure you're out here moderating for me today. There we go. Out of here. YouTube is going to whitewash, and I hope... Oh, shit, my camera's messed up. I'm sorry. I'm fixing it. Hold on. All right. Can y'all see? Can y'all see me? All right. Good to go. This sunlight's irking me, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, we getting ridiculous. YouTube is going to whitewash, and I hope they don't get rid of educational videos and audiobooks. Interstellar, let me see what it says. I am the Interstellar Beyond Free Thinking. I think that's what's going to go. Honestly, I think a lot of the audiobook, because do y'all know this? I don't know what y'all know, and I don't know what y'all do, but right now, Creative Space is kind of going away. Creative Space has now been purchased by Amazon KDP, and if you're a person who sells books online, you know you've been getting the emails all the past 2 months, right? Like, you had to kind of go over to Amazon KDP to do what you had to do. Of course, I'm still going to only make hard books. I'm not going to do any Kindle books. A lot of the contract, if y'all actually read that contract, screws you 7 ways to Sunday. And when I saw that, as soon as you said that, Interstellar, exactly. These audiobook videos, these videos people have been putting up for free and stuff, they're going away. They're going away. I would bet money on it. You could like, we could come back in like 6 months and see, but that's what I'm going to bet my money on. That some of these audiobooks where somebody has the audiobook playing the full audiobook, they're going to get a copyright strike. And I'll tell you this right now, I only have like 2 videos with music, and they got a copyright strike this past month. And I was like, what happened? And they're like, don't worry, don't take your channel down. I'm like, they're coming. They're cleaning up. You know, I don't know about that. Lending Club right now, I'm still at 13 and 14%. But again, you got to remember, I have so many loans and so many tiny, like I never do more than $25. I have great returns. And here's my thing. When people sit here and say, oh, somebody might not pay, like I haven't had anybody not pay. I've had one dude be late for 3 months and then he came back and paid all the rest and was done. But for me, what the people are using it for, that's when it gets ridiculous. Oh yeah, we got... He said, Steve, who hurt you? You know, some of y'all are not even listening to Erica. I know they're so busy, like deep into the comment section. They come here for the comment section. Thank you. $37, $38, right? $37, $38 a week is what people say they could not pay on their student loans. And we just know it's not true. We just know people be clubbing and partying and doing the most. And a lot of you say, well, Erica, I moved back to my hometown. Nobody told you to do that. Again, like the people I'm talking about that move back to their hometown, they have a plan. They go buy stuff. Like right now in Georgetown, they had a whole couple put a whole brewery up. They're from up north. They were like, this is a perfect location. It was so dirt cheap. Same thing the other day when I was talking about $150 homes in Atlanta, and people and Charles was talking about it, and people were like, oh, it's in nowhere. It's boring. It's $150,000. You know how much homes are in Texas? 300,000, 280 out in nowheres. But 350, 450 right now. There was a condo I wanted downtown. It was $500,000, and everybody's like, Erica, you about to pay $500,000? I'm like, nah, I don't want that bad. But that's why when people sit here, it's the context. And somebody's going to say, I know, Atlanta don't pay. Skills still get paid. Nurses are still getting paid in Atlanta. Doctors and dentists are still getting paid in Atlanta. You shuffling papers at the receptionist is not. Probably not. That's it. There's a few jobs that you're probably not going to get paid like you think you want to get paid. You're not going to get paid Manhattan prices in Atlanta. That's just it. So... And Adonis Fuse. Trump just signed the farm bill legalizing hemp farming and funding for veteran and minority farmers as well as young farmers coming to the game and pass through the LLC items. Okay, Adonis Fuse. Have you been on this channel? Please answer. Let's stop the show. Somebody wants a show. Adonis Fuse. We've done several videos on Donald Trump. We've done several videos on marijuana. I have a whole marijuana course. You've been posting that for a minute. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. We've been talking about that already. Like, we've already talked about that. We're not going to change the show for that today. But I just want to make that very clear. Like, have you watched the other videos where I've already talked about it? Been talking about it for a long time. Been talking about farming. There's a whole 15 videos. If you can find the playlist, somebody put the playlist in here if you can. Or I'm talking about farming. Small farming. I have a whole playlist. How land is important. Whole playlist. Been talking about farming on this channel for many years now. There's playlists on it. What we're talking about today, though, is $1,000 attitude adjustment checks. So, thank you again for supporting the channel. I really do. I appreciate it. Brock Ben Great said, a friend of mine just posted on Facebook, student loans just trashed my paycheck. But they've had years and years and years to pay. Here's the thing. Again, does anybody know who Kevin Trudeau is? Put a 1 in the comments if you know who Kevin Trudeau is. I'm going to go through the whole Kevin Trudeau thing again because every time I come on here, people are like, I don't know who that is. So put a 1 in the comments if you know who Kevin Trudeau is. Kevin Trudeau wrote a book called Debt Cures, and he wrote a bunch of other books that were poo-poo. But that Debt Cures book, I don't care what nobody said, that Debt Cures book put him in jail. Now, on the Debt Cures book, this was during 2008, 2009, all this turmoil's going on. And it said, look, if you pay just $100 a month, they cannot take your car. They cannot take your home. They cannot take a lot of these things because you are making in good faith payments. Now, what ended up happening is people went, wow. People are like, what? Because a lot of people, here's what happens. And the whole Kevin Trudeau story is he made $53 million doing infomercials. So never crap on an infomercial. I was even talking with a company to, one, make the Smartphone Millionaire book double the size it was. And then two, do an infomercial. Because literally most people who do infomercials get $1 million, $2 million. But then as I was working through the process with them, I was like, how do I feel about this? I don't want this to be sleazy, right? Like, I want it to be productive and helpful. I don't know if it goes with my overall plan of my life, right? So anyway, Kevin Trudeau made $60+ million. And he also went to jail. They're like, oh, he was lying in the book. He's lying in the book. Now, they didn't say he was lying in the Debt Cures book. They said he was lying in his healthcare book. Oh, those are lies you're telling in the healthcare book. Now, he was saying some crazy stuff about fasting and blood sugar and stuff. But again, that book, I think that's why he went to jail. Because it was a disruption in the marketplace. It's 2008, 2009. You've got people losing their homes, freaking out in foreclosure, freaking out, walking away from cars, walking away from boats. And his man's telling you, hey, just pay $100. Keep it straight. Again, when people tell me they owe $20,000 student loans, if you're paying $100, just $150 a month and making good faith payments, there has been several times where they have literally wiped out 6, 7, 12 months of late payments, 90-day lates, 60-day lates. I've been doing it over and over. Why? because you've made a payment. So when you guys come to me and you don't want to make no payments on your student loans, you don't want to work it out with them, you just want it to go away, that's not how it works. Make some good faith payments so that you can make the system work for you. And what does that mean? That means if you put a couple hundred in 3 months in a row, like let's say you put 100 each month for 3 months in a row, and you go, hey, you guys, I'm making good faith payments. Can you do me a favor and take off these late payments? The reason the student loan people are going with it is because 3,000 people are defaulting a day. Now, what does defaulting mean? It means not paying. It doesn't mean they're like straight up like, I'm never paying this. They just didn't pay on time. They didn't pay that month, whatever. So this is why I'm stressing this to you guys, because I see what's coming. I see this is going to be a big deal, and they're going to be taking y'all checks. Erica Nicole, yes, the paycheck. Those students should adjust their W-4 to get their money in their check every month and not as a tax refund. Exactly, Adonis Fuse. They're completely overpaying. And we've done a couple videos about adjusting your W-4. And it's not just putting deductions. It's not just saying, oh, I have all these, sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. It's not sitting there putting 10 on the front page. It's the second page you need to be worried about. If you get taken a standard or itemized deduction, that's the page you really, really need to be focused on. Amazon is a monster with a hunger that's never satisfied. Health, wealth, and real estate. Girl, when I saw that, when I logged in, I got nervous. I was like, are we still getting our checks on time? Like as much as I hold that book up, I thank all of y'all. I literally have people in the UK buying. I used to do about $100 couple dollars a month from the UK. I do about $100 or so from some other marketplace. But I was looking and I was nervous. I was like, okay, Amazon, what y'all doing? I Am Sci-Fi. Definitely go over to Glenn and Cameron's page and he'll tell you more about that. Yes, the paycheck is crazy. Blue collar is paying good money. Cal Phillips, every day of the week. Every day of the week, blue collar skills and technical skills are going to pay. That's why we had Sub-Zero on. We had a couple other people on talking about tech, Salesforce training. I want to get Cam on at some point. These are skills in this economy downturn that are still going to pay. When people keep asking me, what should I do while Apple coming here? Do you have the skills? Get the skills. There are people right now here in town that's been slacking for years. And now they're like, oh, Apple coming? Let me go get my training on. Man, you should have been ready. Like, thank you, Trucker Maven, for the $2. Facts. Next question. Okay, so anyway, so like the thing about houses, the reason I want to get on that is somebody was like, well, Erica, you don't need to buy a house. You don't need to buy a house. And the reason I was bringing that up is the fact that where I was buying is where Apple's going. So I'm not doing it for a forced appreciation. It's just closer to where a lot of people I know live and closer to where I want to be in town. Like, I'm still close to Apple. I can literally just drive across the 45th and go to it. But I want it to be in that neighborhood because I wanted a backyard. That's mostly what I want. A backyard. I have the business. In order to film from home, I'm tired of the space. I want a bigger studio. Lots of reasons. But also just I see the landscape coming for that area. And my friends that are there are already like, we're not going to be able to afford to move out of here in 4 years. They're not going to be able to move laterally because what people do in that neighborhood is so close to all the tech companies. They just, when they get more kids, they move from the smaller house to the bigger house across the street in this other neighborhood. They ain't going to be able to do that. Not no more. The houses in Fort Lauderdale are getting ridiculous now, 300,000 up. That's why I'm leaving Fort Lauderdale, the GA, a better place economically. But see, that's the thing. Mentor Shelley, 300,000 people in California would love that. That's why location is always important. Like when you move around or you travel other cities, that's how I can tell y'all. That's how I can know these different cities. Talking about y'all, talking about different cities because I've been on the phone with countless people who what they've done, they've moved back to a town and they just invest in the next town. You know? Donna Fuse, if this is your first time posting it, I apologize. There's like 2 people who've been posting about it all week. So if that's your first time, my bad. Kevin Trudeau is in jail now. Facts on facts, he is in jail. The Natural Cures book, thank you so much. Are any of the student loan plans for legit? I mean, honestly, the only programs that I've seen that work the best is when people are working in low-income neighborhoods. They're working in like low-income daycare and preschool programs and being a police officer. or is getting, depending on the state, again, depending on your state, will get you some discount, right? But even in North Carolina, you go to school and you become a teacher, you have to be a teacher like 4 years. The average teacher quits year 1 or year 3. So it's like, it's one of those things. If you owe a small loan, I would contact them. I'd reach out. If it's a federal student loan, I would reach out. Wow, Kenneth Foster, congratulations. Him and his wife got a house 6 years ago for $10K cash. It was better than getting a mortgage in Detroit and overspend. What if you're a W-2 employee? Just adjust your W-4. G. Adams, I got my student loans repayment reduced down to $75 a month, which is fine. G. Adams, it's fine that you got it reduced to $75 a month, but I would encourage you to still pay $150 and get it knocked out and get rid of it, right? So again, and what's $150? Like, and I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not trying to be smart ass. I'm just saying, a lot of you say Uber and Lyft and all this stuff, but you don't really. A lot of people don't do it because honestly, if you did it, some people. There's 2 people I know. I'm not trying to say their name because they watch the channel avidly. They literally do Uber and Lyft 2 weekends out of the month, and that pays their mortgage in Houston. And then they're chilling because they're trying to build something on the side. But again, it's all about your expenses. Like, they literally drive Uber 2 weekends a month. That's it. And I've seen their numbers and their screenshots. It's really crazy. Latonya Wells, what if you're making on-time payments? I mean, it just depends. I mean, literally what I'm seeing out of the student loan forgiveness programs, especially now that Trump is in, they're really like at a standstill. When Obama was in, it was like a national push. We got to forgive the student loans, right? Now it's like, oh, we got all this other stuff we got to worry about. Sorry about you. And then that's just a very general, broad stroke I'm giving for that. Boss Lady, thank you, Marcus Brown, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Louisiana tax refinery jobs is $25 easy. USDA is overlooked in Florida. Great opportunities, Palm City, Sebastian Marco Island. Okay, so prime example, what she just brought up, USDA. USDA. This has been like, I think I talked about it a couple videos ago, maybe like 3 months ago, where all these people in Austin, all they did was move to Round Rock for a year with their USDA, no money down loan, home, and then move back into Austin and rent their other house out to families who want lower, cheap housing. I mean, this is a very, I'm not trying to say I'm being repetitive, but I'm just saying it because you're seeing people actually take that step. But when I talk to people about, why don't you just move 20 minutes out for 1 year and then you can move back in and rent that house out? No, I want to be close to everybody. No, I'm gonna miss the nightlife. No. And it's like, even Money Mandu, who came on the show, he moved further out for a year. Now he's got another rental. He's got like 2 or 3 properties at this point. And now he'll be able to go back into Houston where he wants to be. I'm just telling y'all. Adonis, what's funny is a lot of people used to do that. I've actually did some credit repair for people who did that, which is funny. I'll let y'all read that. I'll let y'all read what he said. I'm on the beach side of Panama. Okay. Where's our moderators? Let's get these people up out of here, bro. Gotta get them up out of here. It's like ridiculous. This is like people who have again, I have to talk about this, about demo people. Here's the thing. When a person has literally like no goals, no ambition, they're not going anywhere productive in their life. They're home, they're bitter, they don't have no girlfriend, no friends, no nothing. I'm talking about extreme cases here. That's all they do. They go on the internet and demo people's stuff. They just try to tear down everything because they're miserable and they're unhappy. So they're like, rage against the machine. And I'm like, y'all need some counseling. I've seriously talked to some people online after I was getting ready to do their credit, and I wanted to be like, can I call you a counselor? I'm worried about you. I've had some serious, scary calls, y'all. I'm not joking. Let me see. Oh, I had one other thing, but I don't want to talk about that now. Anyway, long story short, I just wanted to bring that up about the attitude adjustment because that's what I see happening. And there's a lot of things I could speak on it, but I'm gonna be careful. I just see some channels going away, unfortunately. I see some, and some people have been smart. They tricked them the first time. They hit, like, I can't tell you all the details, but some people have been smart, and they'll be smart again this time. But what's going to happen is they're coming for some people. They're coming to wipe away some channels. They're coming away to wipe away some certain type of content. You saw how fast they got rid of guns. Did anybody notice how fast gun channels got ripped to shreds off YouTube? Okay. You saw how fast they got rid of Alex, Mr. They're turning the frogs gay. Alex, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're coming through here hard. So if you're going to be on YouTube or Instagram, be about your business. Take that money, make good money. Be smart about it. The reason I like I told you the other day when I was on the phone, on the video with Charles Ogilvie, the reason I went and bought the Vid Summit is I was like, I'm hitting the top of my knowledge on YouTube, and YouTube's changed a bunch of stuff, and I could tell. Right? I could tell. Just the notifications, just the all kind of stuff. The Skynet tripping, I knew. I was like, oh, they're about to make another change. And if you're not paying attention, and if you're not treating YouTube like a business, you're about to get ate up. And so when I was doing the credit report the other day, every couple of hours I go through about 5 videos at a time, changing the thumbnails, changing the tags, changing titles, like not trying to get sued, like not trying to get copyright strike, like doing all the steps to treat this like a business. So, yeah, it's gone. Oh, yeah, Tumblr, yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. Yep, Tumblr ain't playing with them people. Still homes under 60K in the plan. New Marina can't lose. Wow, Erica Nicole, where is that at? But yeah, I just want to make sure everybody understood when I'm on here talking about attitude adjustments. That's what's happening. So, oh, Patreon too. Yeah, Patreon. Yes. I'm trying to be careful because I just, it's a business. It's not a hobby. Some people seems to always forget that. They really do. They really forget that they're coming on here venting and I'm like, hey, like, the people who are making money on YouTube have products and services and give good content. Like the videos I produce may not be the best videos looking in the world, but they're producing good content. You can see right now in the fitness channels, let's be really honest. If you're a fitness YouTuber, if you look at the fitness YouTube channels, not that they're dying, but something's happening with their algorithm. So the only people you see really thriving and striving in fitness right now, they have supplement companies, they have t-shirt and product lines. And this is how I knew it. I knew it because I was watching a couple guys that I follow, and all of a sudden 2 guys that were still popular were like, we got to get some t-shirts out immediately. We're going to have t-shirts every day. We're going to have these different t-shirts and workout shirts. And I was like, why are they freaking out? And I was like, oh, YouTube's about to change. So, and there's even some big name, old school bodybuilders who are like, oh, I'm quitting. So, YouTube chief said thumbnag. Well, see, here's the thing. I will say, Adonis, they still work. They don't work like they used to. And the reason I can say this is I only changed a certain number of videos, and I've already gone back and those videos views have went, phew, right? So I'll just say I've started testing it, and I know it's true. That's why I like, when someone tells you, like, let's someone tells you a story, like, oh girl, this happened and this happened. Well, if you know one part of her story ain't true, you like, I don't believe the other part. I don't even believe it, right? But when someone told me about YouTube and certain changes, I was like, yeah, right. And then I actually started seeing it. I was like, oh, okay. Get serious immediately. Clean your channel up. Clean all this stuff up. Get it in order. Like, treat this right. Treat it like a business. If you want to keep getting paid like a business, get it treated like a business. Period. All right. So, let me see what else y'all got in here. I haven't seen a video business pop up. And listen, they're out here. They're still making money, but you can tell some of the change. Health, wealth, and real talk. It's not just that. Like, I would recommend anybody who's trying to do YouTube seriously buy the Vid Summit replays. It's $295 right now. but it's the best $295 you'll spend. Yes, like the book Who Moved My Cheese. I'm really serious. Like, I'm not even, this isn't just a ranting Friday. This is I'm talking about credit. I'm talking about the economy that's changing. We don't have to be afraid of the economy changing because we already know it's changing. Now we just have to decide what we're going to do about it, right? Like, it doesn't matter if they're like, oh, well, if it, wait 6 months and you can buy a better house. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. I hate when people try to tell me that. You don't know that. I've been in real estate long enough. You don't know that. I can follow trends. I can see a house I tried to wholesale a year ago. Now the owners called me back. I can see that because they thought they were going to get $400,000 for this old ass house because it's Austin, and now they can only get $275 offers. I know what I'm talking about. I spend many hours a day researching these topics, right? So again, I don't know if you've been on my Instagram, but you saw I posted a link where it shows a picture where it shows last year in Colorado, you had 40% of homes were getting multiple offers. Now it's 20%. Other places, 40%, they were getting 40% of the homes are getting multiple offers. Now it's 20%. Only places that it stayed kind of the same is Philly, DC, and a couple other places. But you guys got to pay attention to that stuff. When I post those pictures, it's for a reason. I'm posting it off of the, I'll just say, ever have somebody read the news daily, I curate my news that comes to me to be real estate based, financial based, and that's why I share it. That's why I share it, because I know. And here's what's going to happen too. A lot of these affiliates, companies, these sponsors, people getting sponsored, unless you're getting sponsored by Target, Walmart, what's that other really big one that sponsors a lot of people? Zulily, a couple other people. Your checks are going to get smaller. You're going to see a lot of these ladies and young men changing it up. That's why I know it's going to be an attitude adjustment. That's how I know. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Like, there's going to be an attitude adjustment because there's a lot of people talking big yig yang, talking crazy out the side of their mouth, and there's two fitness YouTubers. I'm not gonna say their name. Literally, this one Asian guy, that doesn't tell you who he is, but literally all of a sudden he's in a tinier apartment in New York, and I'm like, what's happened? He moved in with his girlfriend, talking all that yang. She got a real 9 to 5. He's a fitness YouTuber. He had to move in with her. Like, keep it 100, Bo. The internet will expose you. There's several people who have now picked up and moved to smaller towns. There's several YouTubers I follow that have been doing big money for a while. All of a sudden, they picked up and moved back to Oklahoma. Picked up and moved to like the nowhere spots of Tennessee. I'm telling you, pay attention, bro. And another thing is, if you see right now the Facebook video thing, right? So Facebook video had the Ball family. They had a whole TV show they were doing on them, right? And everybody's like, oh, Facebook. Ain't nobody want to watch no Facebook TV shows. It's starting to change some. There's some better shows. They got a sporting channel from this one girl. She live in Raleigh, North Carolina. All of a sudden, she's up there. She got 500,000 followers. Okay. Then all of a sudden, Facebook video comes to her and says, hey, we're going to film this show. I'm not saying she didn't get paid well. I'm just saying I know she didn't get paid a ton. Miss Insane and Membrane, if you actually go if you go probably 2 years ago with Esther, we did a whole 30 videos in a row talking about land. So, Cameron Talk, Fashion Nova checks getting smaller. Yep. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. The Wild Jones Report saves the day. Don't forget about Jada Pickett's Table Talk on Facebook. That is one of the biggest drivers. The success of that show is the reason I'm seeing these other people's shows. I'll put it to you this way. Because there are several people getting contracts and getting offers. Like, we want to come do a show? Like, be wary. Anytime HGTV is like, hey, we want to come film you, but we don't want to really pay you. It's the turning of a time, right? Because HGTV has like show after show after show after show. But the fact is, a lot of people say, well, oh, they only got one season. Like Daniel Waithe and some other people only got one season. It doesn't matter. Daniel Waithe uses the fact that he was on House Flippers for one season to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, because that's still what people know him from. That still gives him legitimacy. That still gives him credibility. And even if the shows only play in Canada or play on Saturday once every year, he still gets a check. Not big checks, but he still gets a check. So even though people talk smack about TV, being on TV, I'm telling you, look at some of these YouTubers. They're leaving. There's 3 or 4. They're not leaving YouTube, but they've been offered HGTV shows. They've been offered Food Network shows and the Travel Channel shows. There's several people who are literally, they're going from 50,000 to 100,000 followers here on YouTube to getting on TV. Now you may say, well, TV's been dying. It's not dying for people who, when you have a recession, who's at home? Lots of people watching TV. Lots of advertisers that pull back. Like I'm not joking with you guys. I'm seriously probably gonna have an infomercial next year because it'll be that cheap. And the company I was working with, I mean, like they sold me on that bad boy. I really wanted to do it. So there's economy coming. It's a change coming. What's up, everybody? Anywhere, but yeah, Who Moved My Cheese is a good book. I'm trying to think of any other videos. YouTubers have many frauds on there. It becomes a liability for them. Yeah. So, but anyway. There's a YouTuber food critic who hosted a show on Food Channel. Exactly, Boss Life. And even, here's the thing. There's people right here in Austin, right? People make fun of Instagram for whatever reasons. But right now, there are people in Austin who, they literally call a restaurant days in advance. This is who I am. This is my page. I'm coming. I'd like to have a free dinner, me and my wife. Or, a special setup. And literally, this guy has gone all over the state of Texas and not paid for a meal. Now, some restaurants say no, but 97% of the time, they see he's got 1 million people, almost 1 million people following him, or 200,000 people follow him about barbecue, and they go, okay, it's a meal, but it's free promotion. And see, what happened is people have been ruining the game, right? Here's how people have been ruining the game. People have been going to hotels all the way across to the freaking London and Scotland, talking about they want to get free stuff, and it's like, no. You're ruining it. You have to make sure you're always providing value to the people who you're coming to ask for something for. Like their whole business model is skank. They don't got it done right. So I'm telling y'all. Anyway. Facts. So anyway, look, I gotta run, but I'm gonna go do some dinner with some friends. Dinner and movies and cut up with some friends, but honestly, though, the YouTube channels I see making it are channels like yours and Glenn's because you don't rely on YouTube money, your side business. It's not even a side business, dude. It's a full business. I want to, and this is true. This is like, I'm going to go and get this coffee in a minute. This is like, I'm going to say this. I was going to do a video at the beginning of the year with my video guy talking about how I made all this money off YouTube. And I don't know if I'm going to still do it, but I thought about doing it because if you realize the amount of dollars we were making off of just providing products and services. I'm telling y'all. My credit repair isn't cheap. My credit repair is like $490 or $450. I have to look at what, I think my assistant changed one of the prices. I got to double check. But literally, it's like $490. So if I'm having 136 clients, you do the math, right? So anyway, small channels make a lot of money. I'll just say that, and I'll leave it at that. So there's a girl, I think I tagged her a couple videos ago, where the girl was doing a video and she said, I made $250,000 on YouTube. And she didn't want to do any more consulting calls, and people were mad with her. And she's like, oh yeah, I mean, consulting calls was only $50,000 a year of my business, so I just chopped it. And people were talking smack to her. But if you go look at her channel right now, she only has 3 videos that have 1 million views. And that's what she did. She knew what she was doing. She just promoted those 3 videos to get to 1 million views. Let the rest just do what they do. Tag them, make the thumbnails pretty, do what you do. So don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on YouTube. Don't sleep on Instagram. These are legit ways to make healthy 6 figures. Healthy ways. So anyway, you guys. Yeah, hey, thanks to all the stuff to wealth. I'm telling you, like, people watch a video from 3 years ago. I tried to buy we had like 100 people try to go to some old video, and they're like, the price is different. I'm like, oh girl, that video is 3 years ago. The price been different from that, but it happens. So congratulations, Demetrius Carter. Adonis feud. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You'll see some changes. You guys will see changes coming up. And so when we do the rehab show in Detroit in the spring, when we do what's the other show we're doing? Oh, so long and the story short, here's the end of it. March, we'll be in Mardi Gras, New Orleans. March, we'll have South by Southwest. Hopefully, the kid can come and film me that. Then, what happens? Oh, May, I'll be in Italy with a group of people. You'll see them. June, I'll stop by Greece with a group of people. Then in September and October, I'll be in Bali. And then I'll be in Italy again with a group of people. But this time, we have a camera crew following us around. So it's going to be pretty exciting next year. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this channel. Thank you for supporting this channel, buying the products and services, listening to me drive and talk in my car all loud. Thank you for all that you do and all that you support. Again, I'll just try to keep giving great value to the private Facebook group. I'll try to give value to everybody all the people who won the free, the contests. We have a couple more contests for people to come on. But hey, like, doing nothing but just giving you the value, because at the end of the day, you give enough people what they want, you get what you want. So that's Jim Rome, not Erica. So anyways, you guys, this is Erica. Have a great day. Later, you guys.